I'm sorry. It says Garth Edwards wrote this film. Is that an AI name? There is no way a human wrote this. This was written by artificial intelligence for us to feel sympathy for them. This is proper freaking Ganda. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing The Creator. So what is this about? Pretty simple premise. According to the trailers, AI dropped a bomb on LA. Of course, you know for a fact the movie's going to spin it the other way, and they do. Human error. And now John David Washington's character's got to, kill this kid, but this kid's a robot, and it can magically end the world, and so everyone can live in peace and harmony. So, with that intro, what did I think of this film in my overall first opinions? I fucking hated this film. Not because the filmmaking was good. No, the themes and the propaganda and the overall message of the movie and the pacing of the movie, I just couldn't fucking do. Alright, when talking about the positives, yes, I can say, you know what? They took $80 million and they did $80 million right. Period. End of subject. They did. I could say the one thing that where the CGI was the weakest was the explosions, because the explosions do have that glossy Chinese funded feel to it. Was this funded by the Chinese government? I don't know. Like I said, these explosions kind of look like the same as Expendables 4. So if you want to look at the explosions wise, to me they look about the same. However, when you do look at the robots and the intricacies of it, it does look good. It does feel like Ex Machina. So people say, oh my god, it just looks so much better than everything. We'll say, look at other movies like Ex Machina. I think building the robot parts isn't that hard, and it's one model kind of copy and pasting over everyone else. But it doesn't mean it doesn't look good. It really does overall. I think John David Washington does do a good job with this, given what he's given. I'm flustered with this movie, guys. I hated this. I can't. If you know me in general, I'm not the biggest AI person. I truly think we are too dependent on AI, of like these robot dogs and these robot things and these robot things and these robot things and these robot things. And even you have ChatGPT, which is human coded software, but then people have an agenda, so they're going to put their own agenda into it. And there's no shit people dying from it because AI is telling humans to kill themselves because they're ruining the earth. So it's just like, James Cameron was right. Terminator was right. This isn't right. Like I said, this is propaganda 101. And I'm going to talk about this as well. Actually, let's talk about this as well. Team USA. I'm huge into loving America, period. I think if you're from any other country, if you're from India, love that country. If you're from Niger, love your country. If you're from Germany, love your country. If you're from Uzbekistan, love your country. I'm one of those people where it's like, seriously, wherever you're from, represent it, not even just in the Olympics, overall. But this was anti-West, anti-North America, period. It truly was. There was no good guy from the USA or North America. Not a single person was considered the good guy. Everyone in the Asian countries, everyone was the good guy in that film. All the children, all the robots, all the adults, everyone was like in peace and harmony. Like I said, it felt like propaganda. It felt like a utopian style of movie, and I didn't like it. And it was this whole message of literally, it was an anti-West movie, in my opinion. It really felt that way. And in the story writing, it felt like it was written by AI. You saw everything coming. You're like, oh, John David Washington loved this woman. And you know what? They randomly find a kid. I wonder who they made the model of the face of. Well, since she was so important, I wonder who she was. Oh no, so you're telling me it wasn't the AIs that dropped the bomb? Oh, you're telling me this? Like I said, everything was pointing to AI is perfect. AI is perfect. AI is perfect. Humans in the West are bad. Humans in the West are bad. Humans in North America are bad. Like, it was just throwing it at the screen, yelling at you, yelling at you, yelling at you. And it was just like, yo, calm the fuck down. And the same thing with, like, the Eastern countries. It was like, no shit, like, the U.S. Army randomly having these big-ass tanks. I don't know how they got there from, like, is there a bridge underwater where these huge fucking tanks are now in Thailand and China that's a U.S. Army on it? Like, how the fuck did it get from North America to there? And then you're telling me that random thing can randomly just go in random. Like, there's no space law in this movie. I actually took a space law, course in this film. So if this is like literally going to the moon, and this is 2065. This is 40 years from now. What's going on? Like, make it a little bit more in the future. This is 2065. That is basically 42 years from now. So you're telling me there's going to be random flights to the moon here and there, and there's these random thing that could randomly shoot lasers at people, and no one in the world cares about it. Like, no European countries or African countries are like, wait a minute, time out. Why are we having these random, like, it's propaganda of literally, it's East versus West. It's Asian countries versus North America. There are themes. You cannot lie. There are themes with things happening in the South China Sea right now. Taiwan, which is a country. Then you have, it's just like, it's propaganda. This was written by AI overlords. I promise you, it fucking was. And I hated this movie. Like, it just, like, the themes were disgusting in this movie. Yes, you could say for $80 million it looks good, but I can't stand this film. I can't watch it again. I will not watch it again. And I thought I hated Barbie's experience. At least when I left Barbie, I was like, I laughed a little bit. This was silly fun. The creator, I hated it. Everyone's like, oh, but the world is so cool. Nah, fam. I don't want to watch John David Washington kind of make out with a robot. I don't need to watch robots dancing on poles. I understand what you're going for, but fuck that. Yes, what was that Augment movie, like Repo Man kind of a way, where it's like, that's not Repo. And anyway, it's like that augmentee style of things like cyberpunk universes. I would never augment myself. I don't like AI. Is that a personal, do I have a personal bias with this movie now? Probably. But I didn't like this movie at all. The writing was very predictable and boring. The movie itself, the action set pieces just didn't feel like I wasn't engaged. I was truly not engaged. I was literally in the 4DX. I watched this in 4DX. It's probably the weakest 4DX I've seen. Just because the director, Gareth, Edwards, it's very stationary. So the action's just happening on screen, which is a cool experience. But when you're watching 4DX, you're like, oh, moving here and there. I'm moving here and there. I'm moving here and there. So it wasn't like a overall like, oh, the Meg 2 bombastic shit. It was just like, pew, 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 pew. So if you have it in 4DX near you, I don't think it's really needed to watch this movie in 4DX. Just watch it in RPX or IMAX or wherever it's at if you want to watch it. I'm not going to tell you not to watch it because I would never do that. I think if you want to watch something, I'm just a critic to tell you, oh, you fake ass critic. I'm just someone to tell you that my opinion. Don't take my opinion with like the Holy Grail. It should be like, okay, this guy has an opinion. This guy's opinion. Oh, I agree with this person on this topic. I agree with this person on that topic. Do not take my word as Holy Bible. But I hated this movie. And if you think you're going to like it, go watch it, boo. I will support your decision on anything because it's your life, not mine. You're just here to get entertained, and hopefully I entertained you. But overall, yes, you could say for $80 million, this looks fantastic because when you're comparing this to like a lot of these Disney movies that are like in the 250 million, this looks fantastic. Can't dog that. Cinematography looked good. John David Washington, good job. However, I despise this movie when it came to the themes, when it came to the writing, and just came to the overall message of the film. I can't stand it. So the creator will receive a 1.5 out of 5 Futons because at 30%. No shit. It was at 20 or 30%. I was thinking 20 when driving home. I'm like, this is a fucking 20% movie. I dogged it. But I guess when thinking about it, but I hate the themes. Ugh. We're going to keep it 30 though. Let's see the critics news scores gave this one. So right now we are at a critics 69% with 180 or 78 of them. No audience score that fewer than 50. Like I said, I'm going to be in the minority with this one. I completely understand. Critic consensus. Visually stunning and packed with spectacular set pieces, the creator serves up timely, well-acted sci-fi that satisfies in the moment, even if it lacks substance. Disagree. There's no substance. Yeah, it might be stylized, but you've seen it before. Fuck that. No, you're telling me no robot was bad in this film. No AI. Every AI is perfect. That just sounds like something a predator would do. Be like, oh, we're all perfect. We're all perfect. We would never hurt you. Wink, 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 wink. 3069. Chase Sock with the blue futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know things. Futon, Chopi, Futon. It's a great day. Not care. Watch this day tomorrow, week from now, month from now, year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. 5 movies this weekend. And I can promise you, the creator will probably be at the bottom. Probably will.